Blessed love to each and every one. We give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. We give thanks for your presence with us. I welcome you to the Tiger's Nest. Honorable Priest Isaac, your humble servant at this moment. The Tiger's Nest is a radio program that comes to you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 p.m. right here on Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. Priest Isaac Institute.com. Royal family, give thanks again for the love. And this evening's program will be premiered on Radio Anu TV, which is the YouTube. So we are very thankful for that audience that will be viewing the presentation this evening. But for those of us on Radio Anu itself, you will be viewing it as well because we are highlighting, we are presenting, we are officially launching our brand new, fully loaded magazine, Kidemi, as we would have promised to you, royal family. As we told you months ago, it is coming. Brand new, fully loaded, once again, a Kidemi. Now, before we go into the depths of that, and again, this is the Tiger's Nest, I am encouraging everyone to subscribe to this radio program. It's a very simple thing to do. You could send us an email, Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com, and let me know that, hey, brother, I love this program. I must say, I'm not always there when you're on, but I don't want to miss another episode again. That's it. And I'll tell you what to do. And you are on the subscription team for the Tiger's Nest radio program, University in Action. I'm telling you for sure. So definitely, Royal Family, it is here. Those of you who are listening directly on Radio Anu, which is where everyone should be. As I said now, you're on the website because Radio Anu is on the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge website, priestisaacinstitute.com. So for sure, many of you would have already seen the magazine because when you go on the website, the magazine is basically front and center. The flip book version of the magazine. So you will be able to go through it with me before I go into the depths of my subject because we have a subject this evening. The subject is not even necessarily the magazine. The magazine is something we will be highlighting forever. Don't worry until the next issue, which will be in the winter solstice time frame. But we have a special subject this evening. Don't run from it now. We're going to talk about the love of Black supremacy. No, 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 hold on. I know some of you don't like to hear about that kind of stuff. Oh, no, 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 I'm not with that. I don't defend white supremacy and I don't defend Black supremacy. Well, please, please, I'm your brother. You know I'm not going to do anything to hurt you. I'm asking you to give me a few minutes to explain myself. And then afterwards, you could say, well, I agree or disagree. But for now, let me just tell you a few things about the magazine. So, as you would have already figured it out, you can see it on the website. The link for those of you who are watching on the YouTube, we will be putting the link in the chat and we will be putting the link in the description as well. So you could just go and press the link and bam, right in front of you is Kidemi 2024, now officially slated for the 17th of August. Of course, you know that is the Earth Day of Marcus Messiah Garvey, and obviously we are a few days early with it. But so you're getting the preview as such. But we will officially launch it, yeah, on the 17th of August, Marcus Messiah Garvey's Earth Strong. So we are very thankful for that. Now, my royal family, as I said, you can go on the website. You could also get the PDF scroll version. So there is a scroll version as well that you can scroll up and scroll down. And for those of you who, love the flip book version, that is available as well. So again, the magazine itself is highlighting basically out of the cave. Lalibela was in a cave and he came out. And that is when he cited Jerusalem and he was taken to the heights and he built the churches. So straight out of the pyramids, we have Marcus Messiah Garvey, the cosmic man. Now, for those of you who are watching, I'm just going to give you a preview of exactly what is taking place here. So you get a good idea. You could, as I said, flip the book itself, several articles, features, of course, the advertisements. And of course, remember, this is not a regular magazine now. This is fully digital. So I will show you in a moment exactly what I am speaking about. So again, for sure, we are right here on the website. And again, you also have the PDF scroll version of the book, which really is my favorite. That's my preference, really, where what I would do with the PDF version, first of all, beautiful, we give thanks. And what we would do, we would enlarge it personally, enlarge it, and then I would scroll down. Now I'm just going to show you the beauty of it on this level, the scroll version. Some of us who are maybe a little bit old-fashioned, this old-fashioned in the internet technical world, we may prefer this level here. So you get a vivid look of the design. This was designed by the Honorable Prince Almase, who would have done most of the designing. And of course, we are coming down to so you could press here and you go straight to the flip book for those who would prefer the flip book. Just giving you an idea so you could see what it's all about. We begin with a beautiful ad as it relates to the International Homeschool Program. And of course, you get a beautiful royal welcome from myself. Now, for example, click here, flipbook. It carries you again. You go straight to the website. The flipbook is right in front of you. You see, you can click below for the full screen as well. Now, what's interesting here, let me just give you a good idea. When you go to the flipbook now, Royal Family, what you have here, let me just make sure everything is in order for you. Good. As you hear it turn. You can click here to watch the ad that's associated with the ad that you're looking at. Watch the video that's associated with the ad that you are looking at. Now, when you click again, automatically, this will play for you.
Blessed love.
Blessed love.
I am the Honorable Priest Isaac.
Heard of you.
I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of archaeoastronomy from Politecnico di Milano in Italy.
Now, this acts as an introduction. Many of you already know that ad, and some of you are actually on that ancient astronomy course. So this, again, is an advertisement for such course, not carrying you through the full magazine, just giving you an idea, a beautiful preface by our editor and contributor, the Honorable Empress Naya. Of course, we highlight the Honorable King Emmanuel early, as there is a beautiful beautiful presentation by himself within the magazine, one of the pamphlets speaking of his battles with the UN. You meet the whole editorial team from myself, the Honorable Empress, the Honorable Princess Acacia Menin, who would have contributed several articles, beautiful articles, and the Honorable Prince Almase, a contributor as well, but the royal designer. I am telling you, the vast majority of the designs that you see within the magazine would have been done by the royal prints, including this one, including the ads. Also, most of the ads, I think 90% of the ads you see are done by him, including this, which now this is another ad highlighting the winter solstice experience. And of course, there's an article right next to it explaining to you what are the solstices and the equinoxes. And this is an excerpt from one of the video chapters of the course that we would have done on ancient astronomy. You comprehend? Good. Now look at this. You could play the ad for yourself.
It's the Winter Solstice Extravaganza, a festival unlike any other in the world. Join us for 5 days and 5 nights in the Caribbean island of Antigua. Experience our beaches, our historic island tour, splendid accommodations, and our plant-based meal. And of course, the sunrise and the sunset hike to the Stonehenge of the Caribbean, Green Castle Hill, Mount Anu, amongst the megaliths that align with the stars. Reserve your spot today and join us from Wednesday the 18th to Sunday the 22nd of December 2024 for the Winter Solstice Extravaganza. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com.
No, royal family, at least for the moment, what it is, you would have to visit the website, and you would see the link for the PDF scroll, but you would have to copy the link and paste it for your own convenience. And that's just for the moment. And don't worry, we will be taking it to another level. But of course, the good thing is you have a scroll version, and you also have the flipbook version. So it's just up to you. I mean, we did a beautiful interview with Brother Baba Heru Samaj, of course, the high priest of the Temple of Anu. Interesting. And the good brother would have, or is it the Temple of Ptah? The good brother specifically would have done an interview with myself, and this is an excerpt speaking of Namar's palette. And the full interview can be seen. Again, all you have to do is press the link, and it would take you straight to the full interview on YouTube, where you would literally observe my discussion with Brother Baba Heru. And again, royal family, there's so much in the magazine itself. We really highlight Marcus Messiah Garvey, the Cosmic Man, a beautiful article written by myself. The Declaration of the Rights of the Negro World. We would have also embedded that in the magazine as well, and so many other things to be seen. A beautiful article on Thomas Sankara as well is there to observe. But let me just highlight something here for you as it relates to the PDF scroll. Now, the PDF scroll itself, let me just bring it up for you there. Give thanks for your presence with us, and I will be getting into the subject area. I want to talk about the love of Black supremacy. In fact, I'll be speaking of the Battle of Adwa. I'll be speaking of Menelik II. And I know, again, this is one of the subject areas some people don't like to discuss, because, well, we're not into that. We're not into white supremacy, and we're not into Black supremacy. Family, I'm telling you, Black supremacy is not the flip side of white supremacy. Well, we're into human supremacy. No, can't try that. Which humans? the same humans that have supremacy over the animals, the same humans that have supremacy over the planet that we are definitely destroying. No. You see, the thing is that I understand we are all full of love and we don't want to hurt anyone and we don't want anyone to feel bad. This is not a anyone feel bad. In fact, my discussion, let us take a better look at the beautiful team here. I'm talking about the editorial team who did wonderful works in the presentation and preparation of this magazine, family. I'm telling you, family, this is not my works, This is our works, those four gentle people that you saw there a moment ago. So I'm just giving you an idea. We're coming to the subject of the evening soon, but I'm showing you this is a beautiful article that was put together by the Honorable Empress Naya, highlighting this year's African History Month essay competition. As you know, we just went through the 11th year of this essay competition. Look at him. And we are definitely going into the 12th year of the essay competition. Once again, those of you who may be just coming in on Radio Anu, really, to be honest, more than likely you already got first preference of this because the magazine is right in front of your face. As soon as you come on, you see it. So it is the magazine I'm speaking about. You may be saying, what is the priest talking about? Yes, so we will be premiering this edition here on the YouTube, which is Radio Anu TV. So the good people on the YouTube will be able to see what we are highlighting as such. So at the moment, I'm going through the magazine. I'm actually highlighting the scrolled version of the magazine and giving the audience an idea of what is available. It's loading up here. So basically, as I said, this is really my preference. I like to go through any magazine, to be honest, online or any ebook online on a screen where it's like scrolling down. I know the flip book adds a sense of intrigue and yeah, wow, this is deep and all of that. It's quite nice, I must say. And of course, you can expand the flip book to come to any size, so you could clearly see and the details as well, even of the artistry and the design. Of course, again, see, this is the highlighting the beautiful Marcus Messiah Garvey, and of course, the article itself highlighting the Night of the Black Tiger. The Night of the Black Tiger also is highlighted right here in the magazine. Beautiful poster, also prepared by the Honorable Prince Almasi. So all the clicks are in the magazine as well, family. So you could click and order the copy of the documentary, The Night of the Black Tiger. You can click and watch the video here. Also in the magazine, we highlight a pedimec. I'm talking about the full-length documentary, a pedimec. So you could actually watch a pedimec from uh, from the magazine. You can go to if you can't find a pedimec online, because we have it online, you know, and you say, man, I want to watch a pedimec. You can come to the magazine and find the page where we highlight a pedimec and press the button and watch a pedimec, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful article done on Brother Thomas Sankara. This was done by the Honorable Princess Acacia Menon as well. And of course, we also have space for advertisement for those of you who will be advertising with such a work in the future. Of course, we give thanks for Black Dominion, Brother Corey Harris and the team who definitely has already come on board with us as far as advertising. But as I said, a beautiful Adam Thomas Sankara highlighting the holistic food store. This is another beautiful article. The Honorable Empress Naya would have highlighted this. Everything here, this is a beautiful smoothie that was done with some blueberries. I would have drunk that, I believe. Everything here, natural and all our photographs as well. And this is just highlighting the book, The Heavens Declare the Glory. This is an excerpt from The Heavens Declare that I took out, other things highlighting the prostate. Of course, let me show you this on this level so you can see it much better, highlighting the the prostate. I'm talking about the herbal manual as well. You could definitely just click here and get your copy of the herbal manual. Of course, you know that is done by the Honorable Priest Kailash Alliance. Of course, this is still the scroll book now, where you could go page by page, and the scroll book becomes somewhat of a slide book as well. The prosperity, the man's best friend. Well, sorry, dog, but that's how it is. Nourishes and fortifies the prostate, strengthens the erection. You understand? We're highlighting Megalith Investment Group. Those of you who are listening, you would have already even invested with Megalith Investment Group. And of course, I know you have good stories to tell of the returns that you would have received by investing with Megalith Investment Group. You can click here and watch the video just as I would have showed you earlier. We have a donate page as well for those. Remember, this magazine is free. This is going to thousands and tens of thousands. Yeah, we already shipping it out. Yourself, your link is in the description. The link is in the chat. You can link the scroll, the same level that I'm looking at it at with, I should say, the scroll version, or you can look at the flip book version. It is just up to you. In fact, you can have both. Oh, give thanks for the terror of the earth. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful article here, which is really a letter, a pamphlet that was put together by the Black Christ in the 90s, highlighting his battles, as it is labeled, with the United Nations. But that's what it is. It's the wrestling Jacob. The wrestling Jacob. So it's battles. This is a beautiful letter that the Honorable King Emmanuel would have put forward. Of course, this is highlighting Anu, the ancient city. And of course, we would have been finalists in two film festivals now. Yes, the film Anu. You can watch the full documentary by clicking here. In the flip book itself, there is a video that you can play with the trailer, because the videos are in the flip book. I'm just showing you, highlighting, introducing it to you. So you have, remember, we have been finalists in two uh, international film festivals in South Africa, and as well as in Italy. In fact, on the 4th of October, our film, which is Anu, the ancient city, will be screened. The 4th of October, 2024, will be screened in Italy. So, I mean, I'm just showing you the works that is being done here. We have a page for those who want to advertise. A beautiful article on Maura Imbert, who also was the archaeo astronomer who really preceded I, as it relates to Greencastle Hill and the works done on Greencastle Hill, you know, highlighting our books, the ancient and modern Anu, of course, the true biblical land of Israel, the heavens declare, another beautiful article, pardon me, put together on Greencastle Hill by the Honorable Empress Naya as well. Black Dominion. Black Dominion. Black Dominion has its own page in the first ever, the first ever magazine, Kidemi. Black Dominion, enough respect to Black Dominion, the full crew at Black Dominion. And of course, on Black Dominion, what's this here? This is a puzzle. Imagine that. This is a puzzle. Imagine you can contact Black Dominion and get a puzzle for the youths and for yourself of Haile Selassie the First. Now, this shouldn't take no time for you to put together, because the King of Kings ain't no puzzle. Maybe to somebody else, but we already unraveled the mystery many times around here. So this should be easy for you to just put this together, I'm sure. Hey, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what, when we talk about innovative. Yeah, give thanks for Black Dominion, and of course you could definitely get your garments and your different articles. Remember your mugs and your jars and your cups and everything. And the link is right here. From you press the link, you're gonna go straight to Black Dominion, So we definitely give thanks continually for the life giver and the keeper of life. All right. And definitely this is a beautiful article done by the Honorable Princess Acacia Menin for the young ones. This is for the young ones, and the young ones can literally um, press their way to the videos that we highlight. We have a beautiful video. All you do is press, and the video carries you, the link carries you straight to the video highlighting Kiswahili. Beautiful stuff, eh? A living magazine. A living magazine, fully loaded. Look at all these cliches that go with it. A living magazine. That's the next one. We gotta write that one. A living magazine talking about Kidemi. Fully loaded, eh? Fully digital, fully online. This is the beautiful speech that the God of Gods had to throw on the wicked. In 1936 at the League of Nations, you get the full speech, of course, in the autobiography. Petty Mac. Yes, the terror of the earth. Yeah, the conquering lion, man. Yeah, worship him, Rasta. I don't know who you worship or what you playing around with and your invisible thing, and you are right, brother. There's nothing, nobody, you can't, nothing, the sun, Jupiter, nothing that is higher than the 5'2" figure of Haile Selassie the first. So you could just press here, and of course you get to see the full length documentary itself, a pedimec. All right, and we have a beautiful Who is Haile Selassie article. The Honorable Princess would have put that together as well. And of course, we have some visiting features, and of course, the links of these features are in the completion of them. Beautiful article on the power of the crystals, also highlighting the Institute shop, and of course the natal chart reading. So many different things. Another beautiful article that I would have put together, but an excerpt as well from one of our courses as it relates to the black hole, and the rudiments of astronomy. That is one of my books. It really comes free with the ancient astronomy course, but it is also something that you can purchase as well. That is how you would see the back of the book. I'm talking about Kidemi. So let me even highlight to you again what is taking place here. So when you look at it from this level now, you visit the website. Of course, everything is in order. As I said earlier, the here you have right in front of you. You can just play it for yourself. This is the trailer for Anu, the ancient city. And as I said, you could just press it here and you could watch the full documentary itself, Anu, the ancient city. And of course, the flip book again is very nice. You can press, go straight to radio Anu, come straight to the tiger's nest. So nothing is hard, no more excuses. Again, Babu Heru, you just lick the button and it goes straight one time to this one is taken from the YouTube and the interview that I would have done with the master
Again,
himself.
what a joy,
Great
happiness,
Baba
Hotep.
Heru.
I give thanks for your presence with us on a wonderful sit down here in the Tiger's Nest. Of course, the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you.
And of course, the great Baba Heru. So again, royal family, you fully comprehend where we are as it relates to that. I'm talking about Kidemi.
This evening, we are just giving joy, real joy. I'm sure you've heard of joy.
No,
known as Chehuti. The modern Egyptologists refer to Chehuti as thought. from which we get the very concept of thought. Because out of thought comes the sounds of language. We see nature in all its beautiful array, and we give this the parameter, this beautiful display of nature names. The animals, the birds, the insects, the reptiles, we give them names. And those names are given to us through the influence of the principle known as the word Tehuti. Okay? And so now we are called upon to renovate this ancient concept of Smite Bawi, because look what has happened to us as a people since many of us came over here in the West, and our ancient ancestors referred to the West as Amenta, the hidden land. Why the hidden land? Because from where we were positioned on the eastern part of this continent, in the land now called Africa, we prefer to call it Afrika, 3 syllables, which means the flesh and the soul of the hidden sun. When we saw that the earth turned that caused what we refer to as sunset and sunrise, we see that the West was called Amenta, the hidden land, the place where the sun seemed to go to hide. But it's also the place where resurrection takes place, because Asar, or the one they know as they call Osiris, was seen as the first lord of resurrection. Because the ancestors had a practice in the Nile Valley that if you passed out of this life on the eastern bank, your body would be rowed to the west to follow the fall of the sun.
No, obviously, as I said, beautiful family, give thanks for the great general himself with that rendition. And as I said, you could go straight to, if you can't find that, all you have to do is visit the website, visit Kidemi. It's right there as soon as you go on the website. Now, of course, the link is in the description. The link will be in the chat. The link will always be in the description from now on, because obviously, as you can see, this is not just something to glance at, and no, this is an experience. It's going to take you maybe months to go through this. You know, remember the different documentaries that are already embedded in it. And of course, the different articles that will take time for you to digest. Some of them you have to read several times. I would have read them how many times I've lost count. Well, I am the chief editor, really. So, family, give thanks for your support. Remember, this is free. And this is where your support comes in. Please share this with a friend. No, I'm very serious, family. I am very serious. You can see for yourself. You know, this is the Ministry of Education in full effect here. You can see for yourself, this is a work of love. You can see for yourself, our intention is to reach our people. You can see for yourself, this is about education. This is about inspiration. This is about sharing the joy. So I'm asking you to share the magazine with a friend. Share the magazine with your enemies. Share the magazine with everyone you know. That's what I'll be doing. So if you have an email list, help your brother out. Give them the link for the flip book. They will thank you for it. You know, you'll be sending out email, and some of these people, sometimes they want to, take you off their list, or delete you from there, whatever. But I don't want her to feel bad, but she's always sending me these stupid things. Send them Kidemi. Send them the fully loaded magazine. They're going to say, what is this? Looks nice. Oh, this is beautiful. Baba Heru, that's my, yeah. So trust me, send it to your friends, man, on your email list. Send it to your friends on your WhatsApp groups. You're in several WhatsApp groups. You're in several what do you call that stuff? Facebook groups. Hmm? Yeah. So obviously we would have done the work to put it together. So we are asking now for our well-wishers, those who may never donate $1, those who may never even press the like button to like the video. I mean, even that sometimes you got to beg. So I can see it's a tedious work to ask those who are supposedly in the same liberation struggle as you to just copy and paste. You understand? Yeah, to just press a thumbs up, eh? Just press it, eh? Press it. You love the works, press it. Yeah, no, there are people who love this work, not the magazine. They love what we're doing. They love it, and they're glad to see that we're on live. And yeah, they're there and they're sitting in, but they will never press the like button. They don't have no ideological reason why, because if you do, I would understand. Because when you press it, something happens. Something really does happen to you. You have highlighted that video, and there are other people that will check you to see what you are promoting. Yeah. But this is a good stuff to promote. What are you afraid of? Jump in the fire with me. So press the like button. More people will see it. I mean, you're here for every video. You don't miss one. You don't miss one. So that means there must be something about this that you love. Share it with a friend. And if you can't share it, press the like button. Someone else will see it because of your thumbs up. But we're not really looking thumbs up here. But if you've already thumbs up the video, thank you very much. But this is not the thumbs up thing we're all about right now. We're about taking the magazine and sharing it to the world. Hmm? Sharing it to all your WhatsApp uh, brethren and sistren, sharing it to your full Facebook fraternity and sorority and whatever. When I go on Facebook, I'm supposed to see the magazine coming back to me. Yeah. Not directly to me now. Don't try that. I mean, that's an easy thing to do. I mean, I mean, I'm supposed to see it in the way as I'm strolling along the Facebook avenue. I'm supposed to say, "Hey, look, my magazine over there in that store." Why? Because we would have started the process of sharing it, and whoever you're sharing it to, encourage them to share it as well. You understand? We need to get it around the world before December, because by December we're coming with a brand new edition of Kidemi, a brand new edition of the fully loaded magazine, digital, you know, videos, a new documentary to watch, new ads to see, new courses to enroll into, new words from the Black Cries, new issues about the King of Kings, eh? Yeah, Kidemi. And that is in December, the winter solstice experience and all the happenings in the cosmic as it relates to such. And of course, the magazine will be deeper. The magazine will be more intriguing than it is now. The designs and everything else, I mean, it will be on another level. How do you know that? Because that's how we work. It got to be better the second time around. It must be better the third time around. You know, later will be greater the fourth time around. Yeah. Do you know at the Battle of Adwa, hmm, even prior to such? Now, we would have done a program on this subject here about a strong and a half ago. But I think the laid back nature of the evening would have, allowed the subject maybe not to hit home the way that I would want it to hit home. Because some people were still saying, well, listen, man, I'm not for white supremacy. and I'm not for black supremacy. That's what we're talking about. The love of black supremacy. Battle of Adwa. You see, the Battle of Adwa was not just a battle like, the Italians ran in and the Ethiopians ran to meet them at Adwa and they clashed for a day. Yes, it was for a day, but the day was the climax because there was not just days, but there were years prior to that, leading to that climax. And there were years after that coming down from the climax. And it is the years after the climax that I want to highlight. I'm not going to take too much of your time here. I know we would have spent a lot of time on the magazine, but that's what it's all about. We are launching it here for you, Kidemi. You understand? So follow me good. Coming into this great battle, we highlight the battle. Now remember, the Battle of Adwa is when? 1896. We have to understand the whole aspect of the kingship of the great Ethiopian Empire. So Johannes the Fourth, the great emperor Johannes the Fourth, remember he was killed on the battlefield. And interestingly, they would have beheaded him. Remember, he's Johannes the Fourth. We did a whole program on that, speaking of the tradition of the John. Oannes, even from the fish god Oannes, who came out of the water baptizing people from the Babylonian theology. And Ionis meaning John, and the Johannes, the John the Fourth, and the forerunner, and his head like the John the Baptist, who they say, according to Islam, was the first person named John, Yahya. And according to Masonic Christianity, which is Christianity, but the vast majority of people not aware of this, but according to Masonic Christianity, John was the first John too. All the other Johns, even in the Bible, from the John the Divine and John the other ones, all the Johns were Johns after the first John. Yeah, because it's a tradition. And that tradition of John went into Europe as well. The Johnites or the Johnians, I think they're referred to as, coming from again the Sumerian tradition of Oannes, which again in Greek, Ionis is John and Johannes is John, Johannes the Fourth, the king of Tigray, the emperor of Ethiopia, John, lost his head like John, the Baptist whose head was put on the platter. That's why the Olmec mark us again. Remember the Olmec, the Olmec head structure. That's why it's a head. A head, because the Olmec is John. The Olmec is the forerunner. John is the forerunner. That's the whole aspect of the John, the one that comes before. That's why John the Baptist is the forerunner. That's why Oannes is the forerunner. The same Ionis is the forerunner. The Olmec is considered as the forerunner, the harbinger for Quetzalcoatl. The same John. The head of Johannes, John, the head of John in the Bible, John the Baptist, the Olmec head is the head of the Olmec, you see now, the head. Marcus Messiah Garvey. That's why we highlight John and Menelik and Selassie, and Menelik is the Emmanuel, John Emmanuel Selassie. But anyway, yeah, JES, and then us, we fit in, just us. Hey, this is the Tiger's Nest, eh? Give thanks for your presence with us. Yeah, that's how it's done here. This is not story time. Give thanks. Hey, make sure you take your copy of Kidemi. It's free. Yeah, no price whatsoever, and share it with the world. So prior to this, remember Johannes and of course the great Ras Alula, the terror man, would have defeated the enemy, I think, like in 5 minutes at the Battle of Dogali. We would have spoken of that again. A lot of ones are displeased with Johannes because he would have opened the way, as such, for the British and General Napier and these ones to come in on Emperor Theodore II, Tuaros II, and so one and other, I guess, acts that he would have done. But when Johannes was dying because he got struck in battle, they said that he would have announced that his son, which is Ras Mengasha Johannes, would be the emperor. But the thing is, up until that time, everyone thought that Ras Mengasha was his nephew. He had a son older than Mengasha who would have passed, and Mengasha apparently came from a quote unquote illegitimate marriage. So when Johannes was dying, he said, "Hey, this is really my youth. Eh? So this is who I want to rule." And according to the history, ones were actually bickering and debating over all of that while Johannes was right there, laying on the bed, literally looking to pass on. In fact, the enemy would have come upon him um, and found him wrapped up, and a few Ethiopian priests kind of ministering to the body. And when they recognized who it was, they just say, "Hey, give us that," and took his head. That's Johannes. So in whatever the case is, because there was this back and forth, and the thing about Rasmengasha Johannes, Menelik basically seized the opportunity and got crowned king. He was already the king of Shoa. He became king of kings. That's Menelik II. So just highlighting all of this to show that even the unity in Ethiopia was something that was not really there. In fact, it was the Battle of Adwa more than anything else that would have solidified the empire of Ethiopia. And for my history, I always give enough respect to Ras Mengasha Johannes, because he was at loggerheads with Menelik over obvious reason. His papi passed on. He's supposed to be the emperor as far as he see it. And this man just gonna take up the scene. So he was at loggerheads with Menelik. But when the Italians came in, because remember, there were those who were frustrated with Menelik, and went and joined the Italian side. Some of them came back over and even joined the ranks and fought valiantly for the Ethiopians. But Mengasha was, to me, one of the most loyal of the generals. He was one of the main generals in the Battle of Adwa. Without any question, he came and he fell to the ranks of Menelik himself. His main general, Ras Alula, became in a sense like a general along with him on his level under the ranks of Menelik. And then of course, on the battlefield you had I think Ras Mikhael had his own troops. That's the king of Wolo. That's the father of Li Juatsu. Who else you had? Of course, Empress Taitu led her own regiment into battle. Ras Mokenen the Terror. Yeah. Wolde Mikhael, same Ras Mokenen, would have led his troops into battle as well. There's another one there. But of course, Negus Tekla also would have led his troops into battle. But even before he came to that, and remember, even Ras Mengesha had to somewhat fight with the Italians and retreat, hoping to meet Menelik, who was coming north with his army. Mokenen was coming from Harar with his army, they meet up, and there were other battles prior to Adwa itself, where even Ras Mokenen was injured very badly. at I can't remember the name, but there was a fortress. I think it's Amba. There was a fortress that the Italians did set up, and Buchanan was ready to go and storm them. I think it was Titu that was saying, no, let's not storm them. But yeah, Buchanan did what he did, and he was injured. Even in the actual Battle of Adwa, it is said that his own son, Yilma, as the brother of Haile Selassie, would have saved Buchanan's life when he was injured. And then another Italian came with whatever the gun was to bust his head. And Yilma granted him the favor of busting his head and saving his father's life. So, and that's in the actual Battle of Adwa. Many of you would know of the um the Wachali agreement or disagreement, you would say, the so-called Treaty of Wachali. And this Treaty of Wachali really highlights the agreement supposedly between Italy and Ethiopia. He had several articles, and one of the articles, I think it was Article 17, I stand corrected, 17 or 15, somewhere along that line, where the Italians were playing around with the article, But the thing is now, and again, the history is deep because Ras-Mokennen even went to Italy. The Ethiopians and the Italians had, if you want to say, a good diplomatic relationship, basically. They were ambassadors from Ethiopia in Italy, studying in Italy as well. And that is where the whole aspect of the translation that the Italians were forging kind of leaked out. One of the individuals that were in Italy was a relative of Empress Titu. I think his name was Gabriele Ieyasu, if I'm not mistaken. And the Italians, what they did, there's the specific article where you have obviously the Ethiopian version and you have the Italian version. And the Ethiopian version was saying that, hey, you know, um, Italy can represent Ethiopia on the international scene, but of course they would have to get Ethiopia's permission first, as it relates to why and where and what's the purpose. But the Italian version said otherwise. It said that Italy has exclusive rights to represent Ethiopia on the international scene. And it was a lot of that, a lot of back and forth. Even when Ethiopia had the upper hand and had the handle and they had the blade, they were still coming and saying, well, okay, but we can't represent you, but sign this document that no other European country can represent you and these sort of things. And Menelik II was like, come on, man, you can't just take this stronghold against us. Who are you? So a lot of that fostered the bickering and the hatred, and Empress Taitu was known as one who was really strongly against these people here. And it just broke down. Crispy, that is the Italian prime minister at the time, he just lost his mind and just started to pour in troops into Ethiopia to try to kill off the Ethiopians. They did not they did not understand the unity of the Ethiopians. Menelik had spies amongst them. And listen, the thing is so deep. We talking about people betray, because obviously Ethiopian history has a lot of people during the time of the war with Haile Selassie too, a lot of people going over to the Italian side. But the reality is that some of these people were sent over to the Italian side as spies, pretending that they're spies for the Italians. You know what they call these people? Double agents, something like that. Well, no, I think a double agent is not a good thing. 'Cause I think if you're a double agent, I don't know. I think, well, anyway, let me explain what's happening. They're not really spies for the Italians. They're acting as spies for the Italians. But they're really spies for Menelik II. They're really spies for the Ethiopian cause. So these are Ethiopians that appear to would have gone over to the Italian side. And they're telling the Italians things, but they're telling the Italians the wrong things. Yeah, Menelik coming from the other side, when they know Menelik coming from the next side. But they go back to Menelik and tell Menelik the truth. Now, I don't think that's a double agent. I think a double agent is a snitch, a real snake in the grass, as they call them, who both sides think that he working for them and he just on his own thing, whatever the case is. But anyway, we not giving our Ethiopians no cliche name, no double agent, nothing. These are warriors that would have infiltrated the Italian camp and acting as if they stabbing Menelik in the back. But they were really assisting Menelik. The point I'm making is that Menelik had these sort of soldiers there on his behalf. So it's good to understand that level of the war too. Of course, you had the real turncoats and backstabbers. But I'm just showing you the other side of the story that many of us not aware of, because it's war. You have to have that in war. Okay, good. So just giving you a quick crash course on what took place prior to that great war in 1896 that we like to talk about, the 1st of March, the Battle of Adwa. Yeah. But again, what led up to such? What is the diplomatic agenda that brought it thus far? So the war is over and the Italians are defeated. This is interesting, eh? You have to understand the scene. This is a war that took place in a day, 1st of March. And when you observe the accounts of this, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th of March, the 5th of March, we have the records of all of this, what was going on these days. You see, the Ethiopians were so organized that when Menelik II and his army and Empress Taitu came and met the warriors, because you must keep in mind, the day when the battle had happened, it was said to be St. George, the day of St. George, or the feast of St. George. And the Ethiopian account says that most of the generals were in the church praying with Abuna Matros, or Matthew. And a soldier came and said, the Italians are coming. They are closing in on us. And they said, nobody move. And the service went on. And then several other reports came in that they're close, they're coming in, they're coming in. And the Abuna stopped the service and asked for forgiveness for the soldiers and sent them on, according to how the history is spoken, and sent them on to die for their country. But it is said that all the generals went, except Empress Taitu and Menelik, and I guess his entourage, and then the Abuna seal off the service properly, and then Menelik and Empress Taitu joined the war. That's the 1st of March. Now, as I said earlier, Rasmussen was wounded, but and it is said that he was treated by an Italian captured doctor. Interesting, eh? But that's it. That's to show you the standards of how we do our thing. Now, we have accounts from Italians that would have reporters and individuals that would have acted as somewhat mediators or envoys coming to Ethiopia and going back and forth from Eritrea, which is Italian, an Italian colony at the time, going back and forth to Ethiopia, speaking to Menelik and going back and dealing with the Italian government. Now, Menelik II, I think, would have had about 40,000 prisoners. And what I was saying earlier, that the Ethiopians were so organized that in a second they would have established tent cities. The Italians were marveling, or they were marveled, I should say, at the way that the Ethiopians could establish their tent cities like in what appeared to be minutes. And I'm talking about what appeared to be miles of tents. Because remember, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of soldiers in different camps as such together. But it says that now, for example, after the war, it took Menelik and Titu 2 months to go back to Adwa. Listen to me good. It took them 2 months to go back to not Adwa, pardon me, to go back to Addis Ababa. From Adwa to Addis Ababa, it took them 2 months. So every day of the 2 months, they had to pitch tent, take down tent, and move. And they still moved in regal behavior and full royalty. So you have to consider soldiers, you have to consider provisions, you have to consider water, you have to consider so many things, health, because a lot of people wounded. And that's just Menelik's entourage. Because, you know, Ras Mengesha is from Tigray. I think Ras Mokenen, I don't know if he went straight back to Hara. But of course, you know, some still stayed with Menelik for a distance if they didn't go all the way back to Addis Ababa with him, because this is a serious thing. You have to defend the king. So the Italians now, the reporters, they were like, wow, you know, they saw, one of the reporters said they saw Emperor Menelik, and he was surrounded by so many soldiers. And he always had two individuals with him that were dressed exactly like him. So at times it was hard to figure out which one was Menelik II. And one reporter said after Empress Taitu came with a red umbrella, and when she saw him, she lowered her umbrella because she did not want to look at them, because she knows them. Remember, these diplomats know the courts of Menelik II. You understand? This is the point, and we're speaking days after the war. So now Menelik II, on his way back to Addis Ababa, with about, I think it's about 8,000 prisoners. I think they captured 40,000 in all, but I think he had 8,000 going back with. Uh, because you must keep in mind now, this is also a serious part of the war. Uh, Taking care of the prisoners, accounting for who you have, and then when it comes to the whole aspect of the system, the judicial system, it's a lot. It's a lot. Prisoner swap, negotiation, it's a lot. So that's why the Italians were there. So this is not just a simple thing. Oh, the Battle of Adwa, boy, Menelik II, boom, boom, bam. It's deep. So now we're going to see how the governance of Menelik II kick in here. So when Menelik II came back to Addis Ababa, what happened? He sent a specific general before him. I can't remember who it was, with several Italian soldiers and the tanks, not the tanks, sorry, the cannons that they took from them in the war. Because remember, Ethiopia didn't have them kind of cannons there. Yeah. So when Menelik came into Addis Ababa, he got a 21 cannon salute. And it was the same Italians that lit the cannons, those who were captured in battle. They were the ones that lit the cannons when Menelik II and Empress Taitu and their entourage came in to Addis Ababa. And of course, the people never saw anything like that. Now, we didn't have that sort of weaponry, you know, and we won the war. We, we won the war. First time we handling that kind of stuff, and we won the war. Well, handling that sort of artillery in mass. We won the war. It is said, listen to this, that when Menelik II returned to Addis Ababa, he had a great feast, celebration, obviously, for the victory. And all the prisoners were invited, not invited, they had to come, and had a seat at the table in the palace. The envoys that were running back and forth, they were ordered by Menelik to make sure they bring soap and all the stuff as it relates to their hygiene for these prisoners. And these prisoners were entertained after the ceremony, the banquet for celebrating the victory. There was another special banquet that was had for these same prisoners. Every time a next set of prisoners came to Addis Ababa, because remember, there were about 40,000. So they came in like 4,000, maybe 8,000 and whatever. 2 weeks after, however it happened. They were given the royal treatment and they were given a banquet. Empress Taitu would have held a banquet for, I think his name is General Albertoni. And he was one of the key generals that was caught in battle. In his detention, when you hear people talk about in Ethiopia, prisoners are kept in fetters of gold. That's for people like he. Because the Ethiopians have a certain respect for ranks. So they have the general. They're not chopping off his head and showing it to the world. He has his own private tent. He has servants, the general, I'm talking about people that was killing our people. They didn't come to pet us up. They didn't come to give us no banquet. They came to murder us. We didn't do them nothing. They came raping, plundering, robbing, looting, burning, killing. That's what they were on. They came with the latest of military weaponry. You know, see the tanks we get from them. I keep saying tanks. The cannons we got from them. That was a new thing. We expected 21, not only gun salute, 21 one-round musket salute. No, we had 21 cannons salute. And the cannons were operated by the same prisoners that we caught. Then we had a banquet for them, treated them like royalty. And then anytime other prisoners came in, we made sure that we had a banquet for them as well. In fact, one of the reporters said that the Italian press started to rail against the reporters because every time they reported back to Italy, they were saying the prisoners are well kept. They didn't even want to come home because they're well fed. The emperor is taking great care of them all. Back to General Albertoni or whatever his name was. I think it's Albertoni. He had his own tent. He had servants that waited on him. But he had guards that if he tried anything, we would kill him. but yet still he was kept with respect. Listen to me good. Once there was a soldier, a prisoner, pardon me, a soldier from Italian soldier prisoner. And they were having their meal with Menelik II. And they were getting their mail because they were allowed mail. They were allowed to write their people back in Italy. Can you imagine this? And they were allowed to send photos and whatever they have. Can you imagine this? And they were there sitting, maybe in the hundreds, having a meal with the emperor of Ethiopia. And it said that one of the prisoners opened his letter, and the letter was coming from his mother. And the Italian prisoner started to weep. And when Menelik II saw the Italian prisoner weeping, he called one of the guards and asked, "What's going on there? Let me see what he reading." And when the man came and he told Menelik II what was in the letter was again from his mother. And in the letter, the mother was telling her son that every day she prays to the Virgin Mary. Remember, Menelik II is very, very religious as it relates to the Orthodox Church and its function, and Empress Taitu, and that's them. Haile Mariam. Haile Mariam. So Menelik II is top fan of the Virgin Mary. So when he heard that the mother said that every single day she prays to the Virgin Mary, that the Virgin Mary will send back her son and she will see her son one day. Menelik II called for that prisoner and told the prisoner to write back his mother and tell her that her prayers have been answered. Now remember, she was praying, well, to the Virgin Mary. Obviously, the prayer is supposed to go to Mary and reach to God. The prayers reach to God. So who answered the prayers? Who answered the prayers? Who? Menelik II. And Menelik II gave the man a mule, provisions, and money. And they escorted him to the border of Eritrea, which is Italian colony. I don't know if his mother was there. However, and I think with a letter as well, obviously, to make you know that, hey, try to get this man to his mother. And it said that the man wept and kissed Menelik hands and feet and all sorts of things. That's the prisoner. Let me ask you a question. Let's just suppose that the shoe was on the other foot. Imagine if Mussolini had 40,000 prisoners at his disposal. And let me tell you, we don't have to imagine, because I can tell you what Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer did 1937 to tens of thousands of Ethiopians because he just barely escaped death. Come on, he barely escaped death all the time. He's a general. I'm talking about Rudolph Graziani, the slayer of Addis Ababa. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? The Santa Claus Massacre. How many of you have a copy of that one? And because he survived the attempted assassination, he slew tens of thousands. I mean, if Donald Trump was Graziani, and maybe he is. Hear me good. I'm trying to draw a comparison here. The Battle of Adwa, man, that has gone down in history as the war that basically changed the process of time. People never knew that an African army could decisively defeat a European army. Italy had the largest European army on the continent at the time. They had cannons, the likes of which we never saw. And if we saw them, maybe we had one or two. And we defeated them. And all the African people said, hip, hip, hooray. When the world thought, oh, yes, one more to go. Menelik II and Ras Mokenen and Ras Alula and Ras Mengesha Johannes and Nigas Tekla Haimonet and Ras Mikel of Woli Ali himself defended Ethiopia with Empress Taitu, and we crushed the Italians who came in with no mercy, who came in poisoning and killing and looting and raping. And we had 40,000 prisoners in our grasp. And we washed them, and we cleaned them, and we brushed their teeth, and we give them banquet after banquet. And when the banquet done, we still make sure that they can eat a proper meal with the emperor, and we make sure that they can talk to their mommy, and we make sure that they can talk to their papi, and we make sure they can see pictures of the children. Who on earth can tell me anything about black supremacy? I don't care who you are. Some of you have punked out talking about Nelson Mandela say he not into black supremacy and he not into white supremacy. Well, that's Nelson Mandela. I love the ancestor, but this is priest Kidemi Shalom Isaac here. I telling you what King Emmanuel say. King Emmanuel book name The Black Supremacy. Menelik II, who is the same man. That is what you call black supremacy. You see the love of black supremacy? Again, just imagine if Mussolini had the opportunity, like Menelik, to hold 40,000 of us as prisoners. You think we would have gotten a banquet? We wouldn't even get no toothpaste. We wouldn't even get any soap. They would have our heads on platters. You think anybody could be coming and checking for us and bringing mail for us from mommy? Nobody on earth can hush my mouth when it comes to black supremacy. I'm a black supremacist, brother. Some of you, you just get so frightened of the wicked world that we so, well, no, human supremacy. You see, you're still pushing a supremacy. Humans ain't got no supremacy. Humans wicked. Look how we deal with the animal. You know how much tigers left? Don't tell me about no human supremacy. Any human is the black man, if that's what you're trying to say. The hue, the man with the hue. Black supremacy is what we defend. And who don't like it is your business. All white people should be saying black supremacy because white supremacy had a chance to prove itself. Up to now, it's still proving itself. What's white supremacy? Go and ask the people in Gaza what's white supremacy. Even all the fighting taking place in black communities, at the root of it, even in Sudan, Somalia, wherever, at the root of it, neocolonialism, that's white supremacy. And diamonds and gold and copper and oil, white supremacy. Black supremacy is the pyramids. How long all these biblical character lived for that you love to 800 to 700? Them is black supremacy there. Health and wealth and sustenance, black supremacy. We don't have no word for homosexuality and rape and all of these things. That's black supremacy. The inventors of language ain't got no word for these things because you created that out of the nothing. Even God Almighty, who created people, couldn't imagine that people would do them kind of things there. That's white supremacy. It's a difference. Menelik II showed you how black power works. So when we say black power, we ain't gonna crouch now. I see people that used to say black power, they don't want to say it no more because, yeah, we gotta, yeah. No, don't make them soften you up. As I said in the other programming, anywhere you see black people gathered and they put up a sign and say, no white people allowed, and you hardly see that. We so nice, we don't even want to do that. But sometimes it's necessary. And any real white person would understand that. I mean, come on, man. They have times specifically, when you only have men gathering. Even in the church, you have the mothers' union. Who gathers? The mothers, not even women, just the mothers. Yeah. They have fraternities and sororities, eh? But when it comes to just black people gathering, oh, you're racist, is he? Who put that kind of seed in your mind for you to think like that? But when you separate by other different using other different what you call it, borderlines, I guess. As I said before, the mothers union meeting, all mothers gather. The fathers club, all fathers gather. The boys club, all boys there. The girls guide, all girls there. Nobody upset. Woman's this and that. Nobody vexed. But we just want black people over here today. Oh no, no, that's racist. That's not good. We don't live like that. Because they don't want your agenda to gain any ground. So they create this sort of stigma and you're supposed to feel bad. But anyway, my point is that when black people gather, right? And if they're radical enough to say, we don't want white people in here, it's not because they're bad. More than likely, they are more radical than others. But it's not because they're bad. But maybe they have been hurt so much and they know who have hurt them and they said, no, man, this is not the time for us to take a chance. In fact, some of them will tell you, hey, look, we love everybody, even them. But right now, not because I love your dog, mean I'm going to just walk in your yard because your dog bit me already. That's how, right thinking, educated black people. We don't have no hate for nobody. But for today, we're going to have a meeting and we don't want no white people. Well, black people are spies too. We understand. We will work with that. We will work with that. It's all right. We got that. But we don't want no white people. People tell you you're racist. And that's not nice. People pick at your meeting. But you know that more than likely, whatever we're talking about is going to benefit us. It's not going to hurt anyone else. In fact, it might benefit everyone else, but we just need to work on that by ourselves. You get what I'm saying? All right. Anywhere you see white people gather, anywhere you see white people gather, and they put up a sign that says, no black people to come in. You know for sure. You know for sure. Hold on. Let me explain this again. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if you see 10 white people talking, mean it's the Ku Klux Klan. I mean, some of you live in the environment where there are much more white people than black people. So seeing white people together, I mean, come on, it could be a family. I'm not judging a gathering of people. But if you see the 10 white people gathering and they put up a sign to say, no black people allowed in here, well, just know, without a doubt, believe me, if I was you, I would be nowhere around, nowhere in sight when that meeting comes to an end. Trust me. You all know that. All of you know that. All of you know that. Even those of you who are of European descent. You know that. So for you to try to force on the black man now to take up your outlook of life, because because your heart is showing you that, hey man, what my people did was wrong. You know that. Yeah, that's why you're following consciousness. You know that. But the remedy for you is not the remedy for us. The remedy for you may be, hey, look, man, we got to include everyone. That may not be the remedy for us. You understand? So if you're including us, give thanks. But that don't mean we got to include you in every single thing because we're strategically moving forward. I don't think everyone get what I'm saying here. But my main point is black supremacy is not white supremacy on a flip side. And we need to get that out of our head. Man, even if you are of European descendant, you're supposed to see that, hey, the real black supremacy, now that any old black power talk, but the real genuine black supremacy is what's going to save us all. All of us, Chinese, whatever animals, the fish, everything will be saved because of the love of black supremacy, which is African supremacy, really, which is King Emmanuel order. That's why we know King Emmanuel is the said Menelik. And again, if I would not have proven anything tonight, I know for sure I would have proven that Menelik II would have established a kingdom of black supremacy, because let's be honest here. A kingdom of black supremacy, what's that? During that time, Menelik II's kingdom was the example of black supremacy. Remember, all the African countries were colonialized, and all the black people in the Caribbean and all in America, there was no African empire nowhere else. Menelik II was the example of an African empire. Menelik II was basically the example of an African kingdom of black supremacy. That was it at the time. Remember, it was from his victory that we had the first Pan-Africanist conference, from in 1900 in Britain, from the Battle of Adwa and its victory. So Menelik II is the symbol of black supremacy. And what highlighted that? The defeat of the Italians at the Battle of Adwa. And out of all of that, and that made the world see that Africa can defeat Europe. This was big in the press, Man, European press was saying Menelik was a Caucasian because they were so ashamed to know that an African army would have defeated a European army. And in the midst of everything I just said, Menelik took his prisoners and had banquets for them, feed them, gave them work. They did their research and found out what their skills were, and people were employed to work. And of course, they get recompense. That is black supremacy. That is the love of black supremacy. And that's just one Insy, Binsy, or Itsy Bitsy. Itsy Bitsy, it is Itsy Bitsy. I know we usually use that language, but that's one Itsy Bitsy piece of evidence to prove to you the humane nature of black supremacy. I can tell you about white supremacy. Christopher Columbus, white supremacy. Henry Morgan, white supremacy. What's his name? Alberto Cortez, white supremacy. Ronald Reagan, white supremacy. We can go on and on. White supremacy. Hmm? Menelik II, black supremacy. Yes, royal family. So, as I said, the link is in the description below for you to get your magazine, Kidemi. Make sure that you go in more detail. I know those of you who are watching on the YouTube, you are observing us, kind of going through it. But those of you who are listening on Radio Anu itself, you are definitely right on site to actually go and observe for yourself the magazine, read for yourself the articles. Remember, you can download the scroll version, which is really my preference, the scroll version, and that will just allow you to take things to another level. Black Dominion, as you touch the button, it carry you straight to Black Dominion itself, Freedom, Redemption, International, Repatriation, of course. So you can get, of course, your clay cutchy. I know many ones are asking where you can get some good cutchies. Well, Black Dominion, you definitely have it here. Shop right now. You press the button. Beautiful. You realize how we got here? Black Dominion is right here on the in our magazine. So Black Dominion has its own page, and once you press the button, it takes you straight to Black Dominion. Beautiful stuff. Of course, you can get your beautiful shirt, mugs, and the hoodies and bags. Look at all of this stuff here at Black Dominion. Very easy. You ain't got to get up and go anywhere. You can just press the button and say, Black Dominion, where are you? And of course, Black Dominion will just show us what you can get. I think you can touch and you see all the different aspects of the designs that Black Dominion has. You may be looking at this one and say, why is Africa upside down? Well, that's a theory that some people have. I wouldn't go into that right now. I don't want to give thanks to Black Dominion. Of course, some beautiful hats here. I see the R and Ethiopia. You can get your own design, the different flags of Africa. All right, this one is saying dope, but this has the Africa in the other direction. Oh, give thanks. Black Dominion. All right, give thanks for Prophet Corey Harris and the full royal family. Um, right there at Black Dominion. Remember, they have the chalices as well. All of those who are asking of the chalices, Black Dominion is the place to go to get them chalices, family. Black Dominion all the way. Always have some wonderful um, uh, um, not only items but offers taking place. I know they had an offer not too long ago, but that's the thing. Black Dominion always has offers coming up, and once they have an offer, we will make sure that we herald it right here on the Institute, of course, of Holistic Knowledge. Very easy to make your purchase, family. Very easy to add your item to the carts, family. Very easy. The delivery, very swift. I'm talking from experience for sure. We would have ordered a few things from Black Dominion, my teacup, my sweatshirts, what else we have here from Black Dominion? A few stuff here. Oh, the children books. Definitely, you have some beautiful books that you can get from Black Dominion, our shirts and different things, t-shirts as well. Make sure that you tune in Black Dominion. If you're trying to say, how do I get there again? Well, it's blackdominion.com. But I'm trying to show you. All you got to do is get the magazine. You see, this magazine is so fully loaded. So you go and you find Black Dominion's page, and then you just press blackdominion.shop, and then it carries you to Black Dominion. And make sure you get the puzzle too. That's beautiful for the youths, for the children, and what it does to the mind. It enhances the mind, quickens the thought. Beautiful. And again, give thanks to Princess Acacia Menon for this beautiful page as it relates to the basic Kiswahili words. Of course, in the next issue, we are looking for a continuation of this. As I said, the magazine really highlights the principles of the Institute, the moral standings of the Institute. I'm speaking of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, and of course, the articles, the features, even the advertisements. And you yourself, you have your space here that you could advertise with us. But of course, we do critique those who may want to advertise with us, and our advertisement or advertising space is very limited. The vast majority of the space, I must say, is for the Institute and the works that we must do. So for those of you who desire to advertise in our next issue, whether it's a full page, as you can see, this is your space, advertise with Kidemi, you could definitely contact us and let us know that, hey, we want a space in that magazine next time around. And of course, now is the time to do that. Remember, family, this is going to get to tens of thousands, going into hundreds of thousands. Of course, we got a lot of work to do. This magazine will be seen in the top notch universities as well. Will be seen in the different colleges, and it's a magazine that is geared towards the tourism product as well. As you can see, the ecological product as well, the Black conscious product as well. So it's going to be in different avenues. So whatever you are promoting, hopefully along the line of such, it will be seen in different communities amongst different types of people, different levels of intellect, if you want to say. Yeah, just different ones for sure, because it's Kidemi. It will be seen by prime ministers and presidents and secretary generals and governor generals and kings and queens. I'm telling you, I'm not asking you, for sure, by majors and lieutenant colonels and students and teachers. That is where Kidemi will be going and has already begun to go. Of course, as I said, officially, it's going to be launched on the 17th of August, but it's already here with us. I don't even have to tell you to get your copy because you have it. You have it. It's right in front of you. So just click the link in the description. Of course, remember, you'd have to copy the link for the PDF unless you get it sent to you directly, which can happen if you email us and say, can I get the scroll PDF directly? I can send you that. It's no problem. Priest Isaac Institute at gmail.com. Just let me know I would like the scroll PDF directly, and I just send that straight to you, Royal Family. That's not a problem at all. And yeah, just a beautiful vibration in all forms, in all ways. And as I said, it is the magazine Kidemi. Now, what's the main thing I want you to do for me? Share it, family. Share it. You love me, don't you? You love your brother. Come on, come on, come on. Don't let me ask you to put all that in the chat now. Let me know if you love me. If you love me, share it, no man. Just all you have to do is just go on WhatsApp. You're in couple groups. You're in several Facebook groups. Whatever other groups there may be things that exist that I don't even know about. Just share it. Tell a friend. I'm not giving you extra work to do. I'm not telling you to go and write up a placard, or if you want to, you can do that too. This is a work of love, family. If you have a radio station yourself, you can invite me for an interview too. In fact, you may not have a radio show, but you may have connections to radio stations, or there's a radio station in your area. Let's say you live in Toronto. Let's say you live in Quebec or New Zealand, and the top radio station, you know that you can go and, get Honorable Priest Isaac an interview on the radio station, and I will highlight the magazine Kidemi. You can do that. That's, I mean, come on, family. This is what it's all about. That's why I promote this family sort of love amongst us, even though the vast majority of you people that listen to me, I don't even know you, but that don't mean I can't flow with you because we're one entity, brothers and sisters. I don't have to know you to love you. You understand? I don't have to know you to have a heart for you, to be passionate about you. You understand? I'm not doing what I do to entertain myself. It's for who I know and who I don't know. So it's the same energy I'm putting out to you. So you yourself you may know me more than I know you. You watch me and see me, I don't even know. I would pass you in the road and don't know you. And you say, hey, look, Priest Isaac there. So in the same way, you can push the love, my family. You can assist us. This video that you're watching, let's say you're not watching it live, you can share the link, the same video. It would be nice for them to hear about the magazine as well as getting a copy of the magazine. Share the link. It would be nice for them to hear the message that we gave tonight on the love of Black supremacy. Share the link. We need to get more into that right now, family. This is a unity mission. This is not just a one-man thing and you sitting back. As I showed you, look at the royal editorial team that put this together. Hmm? If it wasn't for the four of us, you wouldn't see what you're seeing in front of you. This is not a work of this man here alone. This was a combination of four individuals putting their expertise and talents into creating the magazine Kidemi. And I'm telling you, it was work. I wouldn't say hard, but a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of meditation, and a lot of energy that went into it, obviously, on all the different levels, even down to the technical level, which is the last level, with the internet and all of that. Everything took time, everything took a meditation, everything took a concentration. And we are so thankful that we are here, Kidemi. So I'm not going to tell you, get your copy. You already have your copy. Those of you that are listening to me on Radio Anu itself, you have your copy because you are here. Yes, of course. And those of you who are watching, you can definitely press the links and get your copies. Again, the PDF scroll, the scroll itself, the scroll version. Again, let me just show to those who would not have seen the scroll version. And again, those of you on radio, I know, of course, that's where you are. So you can see everything. But the scroll version, my royal family, again, let me just explain. If you want the literal PDF of this, you can email me and ask for it, priestisaacInstitute@gmail.com. Those who subscribe would get this PDF scroll personally. So that's not the link, the copy link. You can still copy the link from the website for yourself. But if you want to email me just so I can know, well, you're emailing me and you'd like a copy of the actual PDF for the scroll, I will definitely um, entertain you with that and make sure you get that. Give thanks again for the royal team. Give thanks again for the full official launch of Kidemi. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Yes, how good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters to live in unity and love. Mhm. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari, Tiger's Nest, blessed love.